Hi, my name is Harry Potter. You might remember me from the books written by Joan Rowling or the movies that were based on those books. Mr. Mole told me that last week you learned about Zora Neale Hurston. She's one of my favorite authors, but did you remember that she was also a collector of folklore? Remember, folklore is handed down from generation to generation by verbal storytellers, but people like Zora Neale Hurston would go and talk to those storytellers and hear the stories so that they could write them down. Today I want to share one of those stories with you. It's one of the more famous stories to come from African American folklore, so maybe you have already heard it. This story is called Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. I'm joined today by some of my best friends from literature. They promised to listen quietly in the hopes that they can learn this story and tell it to some of their friends and family in the future. I encourage all those of you that are watching out there to do the same. Now, without further hesitation, I bring you the story of Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. Early one morning, even before Sister Moon had put on her negligee, Brer Fox was up and moving around. He had a glint in his eye, so you know he was up to no good. He mixed up a big batch of tar and made it into the shape of a baby. By the time he finished, Brer's son was yawning himself awake and peeping one eye over the top side of the earth. Brer Fox took his tar baby down to the road, the very road Brer Rabbit walked along every morning. He sat the tar baby in the road, put a hat on it, and then hid in a ditch. He had scarcely gotten comfortable as one can get in a ditch before Brer Rabbit came strutting along like he owned the world and was collecting rent from everybody in it. Seeing the tar baby, Brer Rabbit tipped his hat. "Good morning. Nice day, ain't it?" "Of course, any day I wake up and find I'm still alive is a nice day far as I'm concerned." He laughed at his joke, which he thought was pretty good. "It's not too bad if I say so myself." Tar Baby didn't say a word. Brer Fox stuck his head up out of the ditch, grinning. "You deaf?" Brer Rabbit asked the Tar Baby. "If you are, I can talk louder." He yelled, "How you dis?" "Morning. Nice day, ain't it?" Tar Baby still didn't say anything. Brer Rabbit was getting kind of annoyed. "I don't know what's wrong with this young generation," yelled Brer Rabbit. "Didn't your parents teach you no manners?" Tar Baby didn't say anything. "Well, I reckon I'll teach you some," Brer Rabbit cried. He hauled off and hit the Tar Baby, bop, and his fist was stuck to the side of the Tar Baby's face. "You let me go," Brer Rabbit yelled. "Let me go or I'll really pop you one." He twisted and turned, but he couldn't get loose. "All right, I warned you." And he smacked the Tar Baby on the other side of its head. Bop! His other fist was stuck. Brer Rabbit sure was mad now. "You turn me loose or I'll make you wish you'd never been born," he cried. Thunk! He kicked the Tar Baby and his foot was caught. He was cussing and carrying on something terrible and kicked the Tar Baby with the other foot and thunk! That foot was caught. "You let me go or I'll beat you with my head," Brer Rabbit yelped. He butted the Tar Baby under the chin and thunk! His head was stuck. Brer Fox sauntered out of the ditch just as cool as the sweat on the side of a glass of iced tea. He looked at Brer Rabbit stuck to the Tar Baby and laughed until he was almost sick. "Well, I got you now," Brer Fox said when he was able to catch his breath. "You gloppy-eared pom-pom-tailed good for nothing. I guess you know who's having rabbit for dinner this night." Brer Rabbit would have turned around and looked at him if he could have unstuck his head. Didn't matter. He heard the drawl in Brer Fox's voice and knew he was in a world of trouble. You ain't gonna be going around through the community raising commotion anymore, Brer Rabbit said Brer Fox. And it's your own fault too. Didn't nobody tell you to be so friendly with the tar baby? You stuck yourself on that tar baby without so much as an invitation. There you are, and there you'll be until I get my fire started and my barbecue sauce ready. Brer Rabbit always had enough lip for anybody and everybody. He even told God once what he had done wrong on the third day of creation. This time, though, Brer Rabbit talked mighty humbly. Well, Brer Fox, he said, no doubt about it. You got me, and no point my saying that I would improve my ways if you spared me. No point at all, Brer Fox agreed as he started gathering kindling for the fire. I guess I'm going to be barbecue this day, Brer Rabbit sighed. But getting barbecued is a whole lot better than getting thrown in the briar patch. He sighed again. No doubt about it. Getting barbecued is almost a blessing compared to being thrown in that briar patch on the other side of the road. If you got to go, go in a barbecue sauce. That's what I always say. How much lemon juice and brown sugar you put in yours? When Brer Fox heard this, he had to do some more thinking, because he wanted the worst death possible for that rabbit. Now that I thinks on it, he told Brer Rabbit, it's too hot to be standing over a hot fire. I think I'll hang you. Brer Rabbit shuddered. Hanging is a terrible way to die. Just terrible. But I thank you for being so considerate. Hanging is better than being thrown in the briar patch. Brer Fox thought that over a minute. Come to think of it, I can't hang you, 'cause I didn't bring my rope. I'll drown you in the creek over yonder. Brer Rabbit sniffed like he was going to cry. No, Brer Fox. You know I can't stand water, but I guess drowning, awful as it is better than the briar patch. I got it. Brer Fox exclaimed. I don't feel like dragging you all the way down to the creek. I got my knife right here. I'm going to skin you. He pulled out his knife. Brer Rabbit's ears shivered. That's all right, Brer Fox. It'll hurt something awful, but go ahead and skin me. Scratch out my eyeballs. Tear out my ears by the roots. Cut off my legs. Do whatsoever you want with me, Brer Fox, but please, 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 don't throw me in that briar patch. Brer Fox was convinced now that the worst thing he could do to Brer Rabbit was the very thing Brer Rabbit didn't want him to do. He snatched him off the tar baby and wound up his arm like he was trying to throw a fastball past Hankerin and chunked that rabbit across the road and smack dab in the middle of the briar patch. Brer Fox waited. He didn't hear a thing. He waited a little longer. Still no sound. And just about the time he decided he was rid of Brer Rabbit, just about the time a big grin started to spread across his face, he heard a little giggle. Ha 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 ha. And the giggles broke into the loudest laughing you ever heard. Brer Fox looked up to see Brer Rabbit sitting on top of the hill on the other side of the briar patch. Brer Rabbit waved. I was born and raised in the briar patch, Brer Fox. Born and raised in the briar patch. And he hopped on over the hill and out of sight. And that's the story of Brer Rabbit and the tar baby. You can see why they called Brer Rabbit a trickster, because he sure tricked Brer Fox, didn't he? I'd like to thank all my famous literary guests for being such an attentive audience. You set an excellent example for how to listen carefully to a story so you can remember it and maybe pass it along to the next group of folks. And to those of you watching out there, I hope you enjoyed what you heard. If you did, remember, folklore is meant to be passed on, so tell a friend, sibling, or trusted adult the story you heard here today. Thanks for listening.